Okay, so I'm back with another video, and this is actually going to have. I thought it would be a good idea to tie in two different requests. So one request is from a watcher, Patreon subscriber with the first initial J. I don't want to say this. I don't know if you want me to tell you. I don't know with privacy all that shit like that. I don't want to put somebody's business out there too much. But this is from two requests, and I thought it'd be a good idea to tie these two into each other. First, I want to start with this article. I will never date a nice guy, and then next up, Miss. Let's emphasize Miss Tommy Loren, because because and the reason why, I always want to do something on Tommy Loren, but I always forgot. I never think about the bitch till somebody brings her up. And now she did something so ridiculous, like it brought too much attention on her. So now I got to make fun of her. Because with Tommy Loren, I seen Miss Tommy Loren. I called that shit back when she was hot, when she was like fresh. I knew I knew this was gonna happen to her. She, side rant, like the only it's no fucking secret. The only reason they hired her because she was a young, relatively attractive, a young blonde white woman that everybody wants to fuck. Like literally any boy from the age of 5 to 115 wants to fuck her. That is, so she boosted ratings just like I say with women in general. Just sit woman somewhere and she's going to attract things. So if she still fucks up, to stay away from her. But anyway, first going to start out with the first request. J. I will never date a nice guy. Boring, bland, predictable, next. Written by Rotten Flower. So, there's another thing you need to know. See, when women do this type of shit, they don't put their real pictures or their real names. It's usually because they're so fucked up they don't want you to ever know who they are. And they're actually aware of it and embarrassed. Okay? This article starts out. 80% of women 80% of women, for real, we just started. The title. Am I reading this right? 80% of women go for the top 20% of men. Okay, let's just move on. So it's clear women know it. They're not even mad about it. You see, this is how shallow women are. They know it. They don't care. Let's move on. Because the other 80% of men don't exist to us. We don't care about their feelings. We don't care that they're different. We don't care about the female patriarchy in dating. We don't care about anything. All women cares about is what woman wants. You see how shallow she is? She fully on accepts it and moves on from it. Because if you talk to most guys on some real shit, most guys don't care if a woman, as long as a woman's just not horrifically fat and she takes a bath, most guys don't just be woman. But see, woman is so shallow, it's just not a big deal. Anyway, article goes on. This is nothing new and nothing shocking, of course, but it explains why nice guys are hated and resented so much by so many women. When 8 women feel entitled to only 2 available 6-figure men who are 6 foot tall, have ripped abs, jerk confidence, and a fancy house and car, the 6 other women end up forced in a position where they have to come to terms with the fact that they aren't all that. Some hit that epiphany sooner, some later, but defeat is defeat. D-E-F-E-E-T. We'll use all ebotics on AD's channel. D-E-F-E-E-T. Bitch, you face defeat. The ego is left bruised and hurt. You see? Do you see what happens with these especially Western bitches? It's trickling off throughout the world because bitches are dumb. They follow other bitches. But you see what this does? See, why do you feel entitled to these 6-figure men? What do you have to bring to the table other than being a woman? I'll tell you what it is. It was all these years of being raised on Cinderella, on fucking all these Disney movie channels. Pretty much every source of media puts into women's brain that, look, as long as you're not fat, you deserve this shit. And all you do is just bring you as a woman and be young and pretty. So they're like, as she says, they're entitled. They feel, when 8 women feel entitled, not 8 women feel like they have a good chance, but 8 women who feel like they deserve it. You see? Do the math on their mentality. She's explaining it to you right here. Do the math. D-U-D-A M-A-F. That's going to be my new slogan. Anyway, for the ones that do not manage to lock down a high-value male, there are only two options. Give the nice guy a chance or end up with cats. Thank you for putting it so bluntly. The nice guy is the guy you don't want to date, but you know you should date, and in the end, force yourself to date. You see, it's always, now do the math. It's always, like I said, it's always fine when it's in this direction, you see, but when it's the other direction, that's when, well, you shouldn't shame bitches for being fat. You shouldn't shame me because I'm fat. You shouldn't shame me because I have a mustache. You shouldn't shame me because I look like a man. Fuck you, bitch. Because women will say it to your face all day long. She's saying it right here. The nice guy is the guy you don't want to date. Okay, and now, let's flip it. Fat, ugly bitches, single mothers are the women you don't want to date. Oh my God! Oh, how can he be such a misogynist, hate-filled man? Oh my God! Oh my God! Let's flip all that shit to how it would pertain to a man. Okay, the nice guy is the guy you don't want to date, but you know you should date in the end, force yourself to date. Now let's flip that. The fat woman, the woman who looks like a man, the tall woman, the woman who smells, the woman who doesn't have a nice ass, the woman who has small tits. These are the women you don't want to date, but you know you should date, and in the end, force yourself to date. Now, how will women take that shit? You already know how they take it. Oh, they'll ban you off every social media platform for saying shit like that. They'll report that shit all day long. Oh, and here we go right here. This is a great article. The nice guy is a painful reminder for the fact that you should have done better. You could have done better. Tried more and harder to secure a high-value male. So she's telling you, do the math. Nice guy, nice is not a value. Being nice is not a value to a woman. She just says it right. The nice guy is a painful reminder for the fact that you could have done better, tried more and harder to secure a high-value male. So do the math. Nice does not equal high value to a woman. She's saying it right here. He is the ultimate consolation prize that doesn't console you whatsoever. Even if you try to act grateful and happy for his presence, deep down you are resentful and want him gone. This article single-handedly has the power to wipe out all manosphere creators. Because they putting it right here. She can't put it any more clear than this. All right? Ugh. Why does he always have to text me right away? Does he have no life? I want to vomit. Why can't he earn more? Damn it, I hate being with someone on my own level. What? This article, and I already read through this article one time. This article is going to tell you everything that I've told you all along. Somebody sent me this article, but I've never lied to you guys or girls who are watching this. This article just goes back over literally everything that I tell you what to do with bitches. Literally or how to view them and how to treat them and know what to go after. You got to go after a bitch. The only time a bitch is going to act right is when she's been humbled, whether it's financially, emotionally, or like interpersonally. So financial humble is you got to be financially better than her to humble her because she can't afford what you can afford. So she feels insecure, so she wants to hop on with you. She says, all right, why can't he earn more, damn it? I hate being with someone on my own level. Where's that equality at now, bitch? Where's female equality? No, everything should be equal. So go out and find a man equal to you. See, bitches don't want equality. How many times I got to tell you, mother, bitches don't care about the right to vote. They don't. When a woman is winning as woman, she don't care about the world can burn down. She does not care. Okay? But see, this woman is not winning as woman. So now she kind of cares and tries to, articulate what she wants and shit like that. But when woman like she's like a fucking Miranda Kerr bitch or some shit like that, she don't give a fuck about starving kids. Fuck them kids. I want to be with someone with more higher status, richer and smarter than me. Just like all women. So like everything I tell you is gonna come out verbatim in this shit. Damn near verbatim. He reminds me of just how average I am. And I despise that because I should be treated like royalty. I deserve that. Bitch, why do you deserve it? You don't deserve because you're a woman? That's why you deserve it. Why do you deserve it? Okay, because you just say right here, he reminds me of just how average I am. Okay, so you are an average bitch. So do the math. I'm asked the bitches do the math because I know there's some bitches watching this shit. Do the math. Where do you get I am average to I should be treated like royalty? I deserve that. How do you make that jump? How? That's like a fucking, I don't know, like a fucking 2-year-old, a 1-year-old that can barely walk without tripping over herself saying, well, I deserve to be in the fucking Olympics for running. Like, no, you don't. You can't even walk. Little motherfucker. Next. I can't even show him off to my friends and make them drool and rage at my jealousy. He's useless. What do I tell you all the time? Everything I say is being spelled out for you. As far as their examples. I can't even show him off to my friends and make them drool and rage of jealousy. He's useless. See, when women pick a partner, women pick everything a woman does is based off of what other people are going to think of her. And then she secretly goes out and fucks who she actually wants to fuck, like late at night. You see, I got to tell you guys so many times. See, even with the 6 foot tall shit and all that bullshit, they want the 6 foot tall and all that shit for this. To show him off to her friends and make them drool and rage of jealousy. Now, she probably don't even want a motherfucker who's 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs and all that. But she knows other women want it. So that's why she wants it. So she'll walk around in public, be seen in the mall with him, be taking social media pictures while she's secretly getting raw dogged out by all the fucking dudes down the fucking street because that's who she really wants to fuck. Do the math. See, nowhere in this was it I can have hot, passionate sex with him because I genuinely crave this type of man. You ain't see this anywhere. You won't see it because that's not the reasoning for it. They don't want great sex, a great partner in these motherfuckers. They want to show off. Anyway, so here comes where the article really kicks in. And it's going to say everything I've always said the whole time. Dear nice guys, please refrain from dating women that have not yet had their hearts broken over and over again. AKA, cot carousel used up, humbled by the universe thought. Those are the women they're talking about. So she's telling you, don't go after a woman unless she's been used up already. Dumb bitch needs translation. It's only the ones that have been used and abused by jerks who can show you appreciation. And even then, they will likely easily fall back into the pattern of lusting after the bad boy's aura. Yeah, of course, yeah, right? Here's what you should do instead. And it doesn't mean becoming an absolute super crazy jerk. No, it means that exact opposite. Here's what you should do to become an absolute super crazy jerk to get pussy. And like I said, in my live streams, you watch bitches text me. And put the phone down. I'm telling you, everything that I've ever told you guys is getting ready to come out from a bitch who's one of the few bitches like cows. They actually have awareness of what they doing. Because a lot of bitches don't even have awareness. It's just their fucking nature to just be like this. Anyway, step 1, take time to answer her text. What did I tell you? Never text her back for at least 10 or 15 minutes. Unless it's unless you genuinely need something done, don't text her back within 10 or 15 minutes max. So she goes on. Let her wait a little from time to time. Don't reply right away unless it's absolutely necessary. Like when it concerns meeting up or anything sensitive to time or urgent matters. Yeah. Do not ever be boring, bland, or predictable. Okay, that translates into don't be bland, boring, or predictable. That translates into doing or saying whatever the fuck you feel like doing or saying when you talk to her. Because see, that's what because when you do whatever you want to do, she can't really predict that. But when you do what you think she wants you to do, then she can start predicting you. So anyway, step 2, do not be available 24/7, right? Do not put her above everything else in your life at all times. Exactly. And this is why I tell you guys, you have to put her beneath the PlayStation, the dog, your job, and your hobby. See, bitches are always comfortable when they're the side bitch in something. No woman, and then just like men, nobody ever wants to be number one, but especially women. Women do not want to be number one. Ever, ever. They hate that shit. The ones who claim they do. It might just be a temporary thing because their emotions probably got hurt from Chad, like, dumping them, so now they want to feel superior for a little while again. But like when woman is like pumping on full woman mode, like, and she's like not like seriously hurt from Chad and Tyrone or something like that, like she wants to be like at best in fourth place in your life, behind your job, behind your phone, behind your PlayStation, behind your Nintendo, behind your car. See, like she likes to be put. Women love that shit, man. They love to be put down. Make her crave to be fit into your schedule. Do not neglect your friends, hobbies, work, or interests. Fit her into the schedule you led before her. Do not throw your life away. Do not throw a life away you had before her. Right. Well, yeah. Yeah. Put like women. Okay, because like I said, how many times? Like just to back up my point, like women love to be put down in all types of ways. Because how many times have you heard this story? Oh, my ex-husband was abusive. He always belittled me and put me down and to talk down to me and like a child, made me report to him and all. How many times he heard that story and then it follows up with, we were married for 15 years. You hear it all the time. Now, on the flip side, how many times you hear a woman complaining like, oh, he's too nice, we've been together 15 years. You don't hear those stories because it doesn't happen. Because a woman will get the fuck out of here when a man's too nice. Women love to be put down. They love that shit, man. They love it. Number 3, less validation. You hear me? And then, what do I tell you guys? I never tell women they look nice unless I do it like it's a part of a game to get something. I'll employ it. Like if I'm trying to get out of somewhere real quick or something like that, I'll tell a bitch like, yeah, you got, I like those glasses, I like pretty glasses and shit like that. I'll say something like, and I'll employ it in the right time. But in the overall, no. You tell her she looks bonerific if that's your bitch you're fucking, but don't tell her she looks nice, she looks beautiful. Beautiful is a one-way trip to the friend zone. Okay, so this part goes on. Less validation. Sure, compliment her and make her feel nice, but don't overdo it. Tell her she looks nice, but don't repeat it 10 times a day, especially in the beginning. Okay, I would say don't tell her she looks nice more than one time a week at max. Do not reveal that you are fully into her and fully hers. And I agree with that. And you want to know what? Well, actually, I'll finish the next sentence. Even if it was love at first sight for you, keep your mouth shut. And you know what? And I'm going to give you some free. I love giving people free advertisement if it pertains to my material and what we're going over. Coach RedPill, I'm pretty sure he did an entire video about this. And he was spot on. Now, of course, like with topics like this, you're going to agree and disagree with people for whatever the reason. But he was spot on in this shit. Because I watched his video on this maybe like months ago, man. Like months ago about this. And he was spot on. Yeah, if you love, because it's going to happen. You're going to find a woman like you're like falling in love with, blah, blah, blah. You can never tell her. Because what do I say all the time? Woman's brain is not made to be put in any position of power. It's not made, their brains are not made to handle that. So when you tell her you love her, you're all the way into her, but she's the only one, that is the quickest way to take value away from yourself. It's the quickest way. How you hold on to value is to be indifferent and to know and maybe even kind of like leave trails that other bitches want you. That's how you hold your value up. I was that with my girl last night because another girl was tripping. Long story, but it's gonna boost my value because another bitch. See, we like men and women have it completely opposite, man. What boosts value for women is that the man knows that she's his, and what boosts value for men is that the woman knows that other women want him, and he can go over to another woman when he wants to. See, we look at it completely differently. So she continues. Listen, I'm a woman, and I know firsthand the way we think and function makes no sense. No, it makes sense. I mean, you're gold digging prostitutes. It's not that hard to figure out. Now, when I say gold digging prostitutes, I'm not trying to say that in a negative way. But on paper and on paper logic, it's what it is. They're gold digging prostitutes. Like it's not hard. It makes sense once you know once you know what it is and you know how to take stigma out of words and apply actual the definitions to what they do. It's not hard to figure out at all. They're gold digging attention whore prostitutes. That's how you sum up woman's nature on a whole. It's just hypergamous gold digging prostitutes. That's it. My friends are the same. Of course, your friends are the same. She continues. My friends are the same. They say they want a nice guy, but grab the bucket for sickness as soon as he starts to show too much interest in offering excessive validation. Just like the last video I did with Yana Hockey. Jana, whatever the fuck the bitch name is, yeah. Like, she's in the same boat. As soon as a man, she's so fucked up, no decent man, she's gonna pull the bucket for sickness when any man shows her any sense of respect. No woman is different. They all the same when it comes to this. Now some women are like maybe a little different on the deeper intricate levels, but the overall sense is going to be the same from here to Pakistan to India to China to fucking Montego Bay to fucking Washington D.C. The game does not change. Okay, you can go to the smallest third world country and show a picture of a bitch to one of the little starving kids and ask the kid, what do you have to do to get a woman like this? He don't know. This motherfucker don't even got a damn television or Instagram. He knows it. Okay. She must be pretty. I know what I got to do. It doesn't change. Do the math. Anyway, let's continue. Things and people that are hard to get automatically makes us assume they must be super valuable, even if they are trash. Never forget this. Yeah. That's why most men don't understand women. Men are rational, women are not. No, women are rational no, women are very when you know what you're dealing with. Women make perfect sense once you know what you're working with. You see, anyway, I'll just continue. Even the smartest, most rational woman will not be turned on by a guy that takes 3 seconds to reply all the times and who worships the ground she walks on. Just accept this as a fact of life and you'll be fine. Okay, women are rational. Don't get this shit twisted. Women are rational, but they're hypergamous, gold digging prostitutes. That is the rationality of woman mentality. But see, the problem is men. There's a lot of men. A lot of men are converting to see the reality, but a lot of men try to project male morals and qualities into a woman's brain and expect the woman to just live up to it. And that's not what woman is. It'd be the same thing as a man expecting a dog to learn how to cook pancakes. Okay, you might get lucky and find a dog that just naturally knows how to do it, and genuinely likes to do it. But dogs don't cook pancakes, bro. So get over that shit, right? So this leads into this first 2 paragraphs leads into the next topic. Miss, let's emphasize this shit. Miss Tomi Lahren. Men are trash. I haven't watched this video. I clicked forward just to make sure it wasn't somebody like talking over it. So I haven't even watched this video yet. Hang on, let me rewind this shit. So we're gonna watch this shit together. Because I already know what it is. I already know what it is. The bitch is about she's sliding to 30. She's realizing that there's newer, younger models come out every day, so she's mad and jealous about that. The men are trash, aka where have all the good men gone? You already know what the deal is. When a woman has to start saying where have all the good men gone, that is a clear sign to the woman in her respective field of the dating market that she has now fallen from grace. And Miss Tomi Lahren, you're no different, okay? Because motherfuckers, and it's even worse because people know you ain't 22, 23, even though you're going to be desperate to keep that facade up with your 10 pounds of makeup and salon quality hair all the time. When you're going to try to keep up looking 22 like you in your prime, but motherfuckers know you in age, you done rolled that CC, and you got these, and your ego's probably insanely inflated because you had a decent job and motherfuckers know who you are. Don't nobody want to marry that. Okay, anybody, she's in that, she is officially in that realm where all the men she's going to be interested in are not are all the men that she's gonna want will not want her, and all the men that's gonna want her, she's not gonna want them because they'll be lesser. She's in that boat. So let's go on with Miss Tomi Lahren. Miss, let's emphasize that, Miss Tomi Lahren.
What's up? I'm gonna let you guys trickle in before I start talking because this is important.
Oh yeah, it is important. Yeah.
So, waiting for you guys to get here. So normally I do final thoughts and I do Instagram lives and I do rants about politics. There's plenty to talk about in politics right now. Do it every day. It's a great time. But something, as of recently, has been on my mind. And I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better. So
hold on. This is she actually thinks that something that she meant to, that she had something. She thinks that she was wanted other than being the young bitch that people want to fuck. That's the pure comedy gold of it. And she is so hyped up and deluded. She genuinely thinks that something she did, she was wanted because of something she did other than walk in the room and be skinny woman who knew how to read. This is great.
With that being said, this is a PSA for all the men out there and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys. This is gonna
be AKA all the men who because let's be real, all the men that aren't good enough for her, they don't exist. They're not human. So who she's saying this to is all the men who pumped and dumped her and moved on to another woman. That's who she's mad at. Let's be clear.
This summer of canceling boys. Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 24 to 36. That is the general age bracket of where it's guaranteed women hit the wall, either mentally or physically. That's why. See, you see this? See, why is it not 18? Why is it not 22? Why is it 24 is usually about the earliest when it happens, and up to 32, 34, 35. Yeah. These are the age brackets of when women because like I said, all women don't hit it just exactly at 30. It's going to range, but we just say 30 that's like the overall average of it. But yeah, all her friends, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, all of them been pumped and dumped, and they're getting kicked out for the newer models. You see how that works? See, why aren't her friends, 18, 19, 20, 21, where her little sisters, that she hanging out with and all, how come they ain't mad? Do the math. DUDAMAF.
We all got issues. Now, I will also say this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country, and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, I mean, tan, super white, super pale, these women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us.
Oh yeah,
it might be you.
There's a fucking ad, man. I still gotta download that browser. I never think about.
People say I talk about some weird stuff.
Well, at least in English.
Far out stuff. But how about?
Anyway, let's continue.
Might be men. It might be men. Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys...
She had to cut the show off! Or did I get an edited copy? Hold on. What was that?
Men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys... It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. Quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country in the age range of about 20 to, I think, about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention. So.
So why did you have this problem when you were 22? Answer that. You didn't have these problems when you were younger. It just all of a sudden happened when you're pushing 30. Do the math. Let's deduce all the... See, your mother knows what it is. She doesn't have the courage to tell you because your mother was on here when she was 27 talking about this shit. You know, years ago. Your mother knows what it is. She just doesn't have the courage to tell you. Miss Loren.
So I am going to help you.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, she's going to help bitches. That should be illegal. I'm telling you, man, this should be illegal. Okay, it's because all these men. But she's not mentioning the guy. Okay, let's continue, because I'll touch back on that later.
These are some of the things that I've experienced. These are some of the things my friends have experienced. I'm just going to lay a few things out. They haven't all happened to me. Some of them have just happened to my friends. A lot of them have happened to me. So. No,
okay, translation, all of them have happened to her.
The first thing, and I've made notes, by the way. I've made notes. This is how invested I am in this, because I've been thinking about this for about 2 weeks solid now.
Yeah.
First question for men.
Okay.
If you like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question.
Okay.
Are you single? No, I don't mean are you kind of single, seeing 5 people, dating somebody, still kind of in a relationship, kind of broken up, kind of on again, off again, kind of married, kind of divorced. Are you actually single?
Mm-hmm.
That means single. Right. You have nobody. You have...
See, and this is the even deeper delusion that has infected women's minds. You see, because they've been raised by all this media that just tells women that they just deserve this perfect prince who's just alone in the world, but he's super desirable, and he's just twiddling his thumbs waiting for Miss Tommy Loren to come walk up and talk to him. And he doesn't watch porn, and he doesn't look at other women, and he's not valuable to anybody else but Miss Loren. You see, this is just she is completely fucked up. She's exactly where she is. I mean, she's given the country she's from, she's exactly where she should be. Okay. Because I looked a little bit into her. Now, the sources that I found, which take it with a grain of salt, said that she has a worth of about $3 million. So let's say let's be realistic. Let's say she has an actual worth of about $500,000, right? She will only fuck with men who make at least double that shit, right? Because she like the last article. Let's go back to the last article real fast. Hang on. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Why can't he earn more, damn it? I hate being with someone on my own level. I want to be with someone with high status, richer, and smarter than me. Now, let's transfer this constant in woman logic to Miss Tommy Loren. Now, this bitch is sliding in on 30. And she's got a little bit extra money on her. Now, any man who is above her has his choice of any woman beneath him, including 19-year-old fresh hot bitches, 20-year-old fresh hot. Why is he gonna postpone his life for some bitter, angry 30-year-old wall approaching thought? With an ego out this world, who every time she talks, it feels like I'm listening to a man talk. Why would any man of any value higher than hers settle for her for more than a night? And I tell you what, when she comes and talks to him, look, she better throw on that innocent 20-year-old attitude. Hi. She better do that, because if she comes up talking something, hi, my name is Tommy Loren, and I'm on Fox News. She's done. Because I know it's how she's walking up talking. Because this is how confused bitches are in America. She thinks that she's like a fucking man. She can just walk up and just demand some shit. No, don't nobody care about your name, bitch. Don't nobody care about your job. I don't care about your education. Be a fucking woman. But you don't know how to do that, because this is where feminism has brought you to. This is where this is where it's brought you. So live with it.
You have no complications. You have no attachments. You are actually single. That is the first question, believe it or not, that needs to be asked.
Yeah, okay, it needs to be asked. Now, let's flip it around. When you were 21 and in your fucking prime as a woman, as a feminine woman, were you single? Were you not talking to 5 people? Were you not having orgies every other weekend? It's a question that needs to be asked. Bitch, think about it. the reason why this is such a hard problem for women is because women age like milk. Their expiration date is much small. They have a much smaller time of being good. But when they're good, they're great. They walk into a room and just, they can get shit just because they walk into a room. They don't even have to talk. But when it's over, it's over. See, men, by the time a man is in the age bracket that she's trying to date, 30 and up, and he's got some money, like he don't have to rush for nothing. All right? If he's got more than $1 million, he don't got to rush for nothing. He can always go to just the lower tax bracket of woman, and them women gonna act like they got some sense. All right. Now, if a man, she ain't gonna act like she got some sense because she thinks she's worth something.
And ladies, you should be asking it because in 2020, it's not a given anymore that a guy that's actively pursuing you is actually single.
Okay, correction. A stuck-up snob bitch like she would want will be single. He's not gonna be. He'll never be single. A guy that a physical quality woman that she's gonna want is never gonna be single. Now the guys that she don't want, they'll be single, but those guys don't exist. They're not human to her.
So that's the first thing. The second thing that I think is very important that men don't seem to understand. There are very few women out there, and I'm speaking from personal experience as well as from all of my friends and all the women, quite frankly, that I talk to. There is not a woman out there that wants to be your pen pal. She doesn't want to get your texts, your good morning texts, your good night texts, your random through the day texts, if they don't follow up with a plan to actually, here's the kicker, in person, hang out. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh,
no, see, okay, I know what this is. And I could translate this from dumb bitchinese. I could translate this from dumb bitchinese to men who don't know the realm that she's fucking with. Kind of like Georgia Peach, whatever that bitch name is. Kind of same thing. You see, like Georgia Peach is speaking from a woman's perspective on life who's a medical doctor, so all the men around her are medical doctors. So when they say it, it's going to mean something different than like the more average world. The guy who maybe didn't go to college or did and maybe doesn't, earn a lot of money or some shit like that. These are always going to mean completely different things based off where that woman's coming from. Okay, so in her population, the only guys who she would have texted like that, okay, the only guys who would have existed on Earth to her, and she would have texted back like that, she's mad about the text message. She doesn't want to be pen pals with them because she's trying to lock down what they call a high-value man, you see. But the man's never really making a move on her. So she's mad that she's getting rejected by him. The fact that he's just kind of texting her, stringing her along. And the reason why he's texting her and stringing her along, and she knows what I'm saying is true, he's texting her and stringing her along because he has a number one probably sitting in the next room with him. You see, but he's trying to stay in contact in case his number one fucks up and he can go slide in her pussy a couple nights a week and then come back to his number one. That's where her perspective on it is coming from. Now, I know where like the more average women, they'll see, this is why women should not give advice, because women can only give advice from their personal perspective on it. Now, to the women that are probably going to watch this, the average woman who's going to watch this, see, they're coming from the position of find a motherfucker on Tinder and texting him, and the motherfucker never agrees to come out, so he must be lower value, so he's just annoying me and wasting my time. You see, that's where like the women who are going to watch her, that's what they're going to see in it. But see, she's mad because, see, the guy that she would give that time of day to text him like that, see, she's trying to lock, he must be a high value man, so she's trying to lock him down, but he's not trying to lock her down, so she's feeling rejected. That's why Tommy Loren is mad. That's why. So I wanted to clarify that. See, this is why it should be illegal for women to give advice, because every woman can only give advice from her specific demographic, more particularly her specific socioeconomical demographic. Because they can't. Women, like I say, women do not know how to love and care for other people. Empathy is not a natural emotion in a woman, unless it's happening to her.
Oh, it's COVID, people can't hang out in person. This has not been a 4-month problem. This has been a 5-year problem that I've experienced with men, and my friends have experienced with men.
Yeah,
women,
yeah. Yeah, because like I said, because the men that these women are going after have all types of options. So see, this woman and her friends, they're mad because they feel rejected. Whereas like the average woman feels like feels like the guy's wasting her time and he's losing value to the average woman. It's the other way with the average woman. But for her, okay, for the average woman would be like here, and the guy like slowly comes down to here type of shit. But in her situation, she's here and she's trying to get a higher quality guy because she's trying to lock him down, but the guy's never trying to lock her down, and it's going like this. And she's falling down and she's mad. That's what it is.
And do not want a pen pal. We don't want a texting pal.
Mm-hmm.
We quite frankly don't care if you text us all day or if you don't text us at all. If you're not going to make a plan to actually see us in person, not interested.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do have a woman out there that just wants to be your pen pal, it's probably because she has a boyfriend or a husband or a wife.
See, how does she know that? Because she knows that that's what the man had, a wife or a girlfriend. Yeah, you see, she just told on herself. That's exactly what it is. And she thought she could slide in there as a side bitch and take over the game from the dude.
Or whatever. We don't want a pen pal. But that also leads me to my second point. This is going to be backwards for you guys. Make plans.
Another ad,
Make
sorry.
a plan. Do not assume.
After 30 days, I could not believe my before and after picture. I literally rolled back the hands of time.
Okay, so make a plan.
Assume that you can text somebody randomly in the middle of the day, what are you doing? Or text them at midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or even just within hours of when you actually want to see them and think that they're going to be available. I personally, once I get home and I take my makeup off and I'm watching TV, I'm no longer interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier in the day, or better yet, a day or 2 or 3 in advance, I'm not interested.
Okay, you not interested. Move on, bitch. Why are you fucking mad? Then don't be interested. You are no fucking, get it through your thick fucking feminist American bitch skull. You are no fucking prize. Don't be interested. Go build Legos for all the fuck I care. Don't nobody care about you. I am no longer interested. Oh, cool. And neither were the men, obviously.
I don't want to hang out anymore because that
Fine.
ship has sailed.
Cool. And that's how you end up on here single. And my bitch coming over tonight. That's how you Miss Tommy Loren. Cool. Don't be interested. What's the big dealio, homie? It's fine. Don't be interested. No, because she's still interested. She's still interested. She's just mad. See, she's using the words wrong. She's still interested. Because if she wasn't interested, she wouldn't give it any more thought. It would have been just an afterthought and gone over. Okay? You took off your makeup. You chilling on the couch, watching TV. And I'm no longer interested. Okay then, what's the problem? Don't be interested. Bye, move on. But no, yeah, see, she is interested because she's trying to tie down that high value man. That's what it is.
Make a plan. I want to hang out with you at this time. It
Nope.
doesn't have to even be a date. I want to see you at this time. Are you free at this time? Or when are you free? I will accommodate my schedule to see you.
You ain't worth all that. Do the math. DUDAMAF. You ain't worth that. Because if you were worth that, a man would have done it for you. Sorry, that's the reality.
When are you free? I want to see.
You ain't worth that. You're not worth this to the type of men that you want. That let's be even more descriptive. You ain't worth that. Because there's men who will do it for her. Okay? But she's not worth that to the men that because the men that she wants can go out and go get 22, 23-year-old women who know how to be feminine. And not be all this attacking shit.
You. I know it's not rocket science, but men of 2020, it seems like it's pretty difficult for you to figure out. And I'm not a feminist, so please don't take this as a feminist rant.
Oh, no, you're not a feminist now, but you're converting. Because once you can't keep a man, and then the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to start eating and drinking uncontrollably. So, feminism is in your future, Tom. Miss Tommy Loren, it's in your future.
I love men. I think men are great. I think men have failed themselves, and they failed us. And I'm just trying to help you out.
Men have failed you because they don't want you. Do the math. Men have listen to what she said. Men have failed you because the men that you want don't want you. Men have failed you. You pathetic Fucking
I
bitch.
think there are a lot of really great guys out there who need a little help. And I don't think that there are a lot of women that are stepping up and saying these things and not FaceTime me, I swear to God. Quite frankly, I don't think that there are a lot of women that aren't raging feminists, that don't look like Lena Dunham, that are saying these things to you. So I'm going to go ahead and say them because they need to be said. I am really so sick of my friends having to deal with trash men. I am tired of dealing with trash men.
Where have all the good men gone? This is sad. Because like she didn't deal with these trash men at 22, 23. Wonder why.
So I'm going to help you out. Make plans. So let's go through these lists again because I know y'all love lists. Number 1, are you single? Number 2, make a plan. Nobody wants a pen pal. We want to actually see you. If not, don't text us because it's a waste of our time and we don't want to see it on our phones. Got it? All right. Next thing. Value. Okay? Value. Take that in. Just repeat it to yourself until it makes sense. Okay. If you
No, see, she is thinking completely over it. Men do value. That's why they don't value you. Did you ever think about that? Did you ever get off of your high horse for 15 seconds to think that maybe you're not valuable as a woman? That men maybe are actually valuing value, but they don't value you. Did you ever think for 2 seconds that maybe Tommy Loren is not valuable as a woman, but a pump and dump? Maybe that's the reality. No.
If you want to date a girl
Got another
that has
ad.
nothing
God
going
damn,
on,
bitch.
then that's fine. But
You gold digging bitch. You just adding this shit up. 3 ads in 5 minutes.
But please do not mix in people like me and my friends who have something going on with your other girls that have nothing going on. And by nothing going on, I mean this. There is no job that is unimportant. There is no job that's not valuable or that's not worthy. It is. But if you want to mix in people like me and people like my friends who are go-getters, who work really hard, who make their own money, who are talented, skilled, ambitious, please don't mix us in with the Tatianas. We don't want to be there. If that's what you want, find them. Please,
because you are a Tatiana, bitch. You can't even see it. The only reason you don't think you a Tatiana is because you got a job and you went to college, so you think you better than them. But you know what Tatiana got that you don't? Femininity. That's what Tatiana got. You know what Tatiana got that you don't? Femininity. You could have all that education and I'm a go-getter and I'm a this. You can't buy, just like you can't buy class, you can't buy femininity. You don't got it. You're like, I feel like I'm talking to a man. I feel like I'm listening to a man. Dress up like a woman. If you want to be you a go-getter, you strong. Okay, let's rewind that. All these are male traits. Okay, now, and like I said, now let's flip it on the other side. Let's say, I'm a man. I'm emotional. I cry. I watch soap operas. If you can't handle a strong man, don't mix me in with Tyrone and Chad. You should still want to date me. See how that makes sense? See how that sounds? I'm a bitch when I do that. You see what I'm saying? See, now it can possibly make sense to other bitches. If AD was to go on YouTube and be like, I like to cry at movies. I like to have boys' night out where we sit and sip wine and talk about our women problems. And I like to watch soap operas. And I like to watch dramas and read love stories. I am a strong man. And if you don't like that, don't mix me up with Chad and Tyrone. Well, of course, because I'm a bitch-made punk when I start doing all that. Pussy don't get wet for that. I like for my woman to make all the decisions, and I like for my woman to put her foot down and put me in place from time to time, and I like a strong woman who's a go-getter. I'm a woman now, baby. That's not attractive. You see what I'm saying? This is not attractive to a woman. So everything you just sat there and rattled off, all that is man traits and qualities and characteristics. This is why men don't fuck with you. Do the math. DUNAMAF. Do the math. Let's rewind that. Everything she just said, I'm a man.
Ambitious, hard, mix in people like me and people like my friends who are go-getters, who work really hard, who make their own money, who are talented, skilled, ambitious. Please don't mix
none of that. And you know what she left out? Feminine. You know what? Out of all that, you know what she left out? She didn't say loving, caring. I can admire. She didn't bring in any of those traits. Everything she brought in was masculine. And now she's mad because Tatiana knows how to be feminine. Well, she works at McDonald's. You see, and that's where Tatiana's going to win 10 times out of 10 over any bitch with money. All right? Because Tatiana knows how to be feminine. She knows how to be loving, caring, you know, how to be supportive of her man. You know, see?
Us in with the Tatianas. We don't want to be there. If that's what you want, find them.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of...
And that's what men have done. That's why you're still single. Men have, go find them. That's exactly what they've done. That's why you're on here ranting because you bet you can't find a man. Because that's what they have done to you. And women like you.
God, do not mix us in with them because we don't want to be there.
Yeah,
and
that's why you're
frankly,
not there.
We take it as an insult if we find out that you are also talking to 5 Tatianas who have nothing going on. People like me and my...
No, they have something going on. They're feminine. You're not. They have something going on. See, femininity beats college degree. Femininity beats go-getter, ambitious. Femininity beats that shit. Every time. No matter how much you want to be equal to a man when it benefits you, a woman's femininity will beat a woman a pretty bitch who went to college and is not feminine at all. A man does not want to come home and feel like he has to compete with his own damn woman in the same damn house for masculine roles. No man and Miss Tommy Loren is a perfect example of that. No matter how pretty you are, no man wants to have to come home to his woman and compete in masculine roles with his own woman. A man would rather come home to a housewife who's feminine and just pay for everything. I would. If I had to pick between coming home to Tommy Loren, who she's a relatively attractive girl. If I had to choose between coming home to Tommy Loren, being like this, even if she made, millions of dollars and all that, or if I lived on a more modest wage and had choose to come home to a feminine woman who was loving and caring and cooked and clean and shit like that, I'm picking a feminine woman every time. Because I get to come home and legitimately coexist. Tommy Loren, her next option is to eat her women and her just like in the article. Her only options is what they say. What she say in here is to face defeat, and the ego is left bruised and hurt. So her only two options. There are only two options. Give the nice guy a chance or end up with cats. Those or become a lesbian. Those are her three options.
Friends are going to be insulted by that, and there's almost really no coming back from it. So if you want that kind of a girl, the kind of girl who's just kind of happy going through the motions of life, not really super ambitious, hasn't really found herself yet, doesn't really have a whole lot going on other than she's pretty, please just go...
And feminine. You see, she's not even acknowledging being feminine because she probably doesn't get it.
After them, and please do not mix us in. We don't want to be there.
We're not mixing you in because you still single. Do the math. You not getting mixed in. You sitting at home alone, drinking wine, watching any drama you can get your eyes on because the men don't want you. Don't involve us. You ain't involved. When were you you are not involved. You at home alone right now. You are not, so don't try to make it sound like men are just, can I involve Miss Tommy Loren in my bullshit? No, you not involved in the first place. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? Almost lost it there. Let's continue.
I promise you. So value. There's a lot of women out there that I know that are my good friends who have amazing jobs, who work really hard, but who can't seem to find a decent guy, even if they go up in age 5 to 10 to 15 years, because those guys all want to be with 21-year-olds who have nothing going on.
Just like we see was the problem when you were 21 though. You didn't say a fucking peep when you were, because you were winning. It's so sad to watch. It's funny, sad, hilarious, and pathetic all at the same time. It really is.
It's very unfortunate. I don't think it's going to be fulfilling. But I would say to the men out there, try to maybe find a woman that you can talk to, communicate with, might actually have her shit together, might actually be ambitious and have something going on or want to have something going on. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to be on TV. She doesn't have to be a PhD. She doesn't have to be a television producer. She doesn't have to own her own company. But be ambitious and have something going on. Those women out there are...
See, the problem with that over-ambitious shit, and then when she's talking like how she's talking like a man with it, okay, I really hope if bitches watch this, you hear me out on this shit. I'm not saying get a bitch who is just a fucking dumbass bitch. Like, ambition is good, but see, and especially in her league with the bitches that are in her circle, I can tell you why this is going wrong on another level. See, that ambitious. See, what's gonna happen is any man that gets involved with her he's gonna have to keep running when he gets with. See, a man cannot come home to her and genuinely be happy or comfortable, because since she and her friends are so ambitious, they are always going to be running and always going to be trying. So what this is going to do to a man is this: the man is going to feel like, so the man's out running all day long. All right, the man's out there making ducats, he's making deals, he's fighting the world, and he comes home. Now he's had to fight with his own bitch and being ambitious. He ain't gonna never have no time to rest. You see? So because the second he stops being ambitious, she's gonna be like, ew, my man's not ambitious anymore. I need to go find another man. And so you are an inevitable waste of fucking time and space to a man. That's why all men are trash now, and they all went 21-year-olds, yeah. Because when you were 21, it wasn't a problem. It was, oh yeah, girl, I got another man coming to take me out. Ooh, girl, yeah. But see, now you old now, and you built, and your mentality is too masculine. You still look like a bitch, but your mentality is fucking you. So you hit the wall mentally.
Are going to be a lot more fulfilling to you. You're actually going to enjoy your time. And if you actually might want a sustainable and healthy and stable relationship, that's probably the kind of girl you're going to need to find. Not the Tatianas who just want to look cute and post Instagram stories. Now, I love a good Instagram story. Y'all know I do. I love a good boomerang. I love a good whatever. But if that's all you do, men, if that's all she does, probably Houston, we have a problem. Just gonna let you in on a little tip.
Well, okay, even at that, okay, men are still picking them and not you. So do the math. Maybe you need to come down off this I'm Tommy Loren shit and just be a fucking woman. You know, maybe do the math.
The next thing on my list is this: consistency. It really does not help me or my friends or any woman in general if you are really cool and you're really interested when you first start talking to them, and then give it 3, 4, 5 days, and all of a sudden you're not consistent anymore. You don't make plans. You don't really...
She's been pumped and dumped.
...care. You kind of fade in and out. You're talking to 5 other Tatianas. Consistency is...
Damn, but with the fucking ads, bitch. You
My
gold
dream
digging tramp.
is to help people understand how the universe operates.
It's important. Now, if you want to be inconsistent and you want to ghost and you want to fall off the radar, that's fine, but I'm going to give you a pro tip. People like me and people like my friends, we aren't going to really give a shit after that.
No, they give a shit. That's why she's still talking about it. Because let's like with the nice guy, she ain't said one thing about nice guys that talk to her because she don't give a shit about them. They don't exist. She fucked a few nice guys and she ain't bringing up nothing about them. Who's she bringing everything up about? The guys who pumped and dumped her. So I mean, if a guy's talking to her strong and heavy at first, and she had sex with him and then dude fell off. So her pussy, that means usually one or two things. Either she's bad at sex, or she's probably too masculine. She probably can't get dominated properly in bed. She probably thinks she's probably being taken out by the male patriarchy if she's told to give a blowjob or some shit like that. So her pussy's whack, or she's just flat out too dominant mentally. So you can't do anything with her. You have to just. But look, I've seen it happen. So I have female family members like that they be beautiful women, man, but they can't can't be beautiful women and can't keep a fucking man because they too dominant and fucked up mentally. This is the future of American women on a whole.
We don't really care. The F's have been given, and we're kind of done.
Oh yeah, you've given F's. Yeah, you've given them F's. That's what happened. You've given them F's, and they never called you back, and now you mad because your pussy was whack. That's what it was.
I'll tell you this from personal experience. Once I'm turned off, I am turned off. And I don't care anymore.
Who
Because at one
cares?
point, I probably did care. At one point, my friends, they probably did care. They probably did like you because you expressed interest and maybe you were cool and maybe you were kind of fun to hang out with. But if you're not consistent and you fall off the radar, I give you maybe 1 to 2 chances to fix that because I'm a very direct communicator. Women, this is important. I will communicate to you. If your communication isn't great, I will let you know that. I will let you know that more effort is needed. But if you don't heed that warning and I have to warn you twice, I'm done at that point because I don't really care anymore. Now I'm done. Now I don't care. And I know my friends who are watching this are thinking and saying the same thing because we have these conversations on an almost daily basis. Once you turn us off, we don't care anymore.
It's your pump and dump thoughts. You and your friend, do the math. You and your friends are pump and dump thoughts. That you just don't think you are because we can talk educated and we went to college and we're ambitious. But okay, a Harvard hoe is still a hoe. You're a pump and dump thought.
So let that be a warning to you. You're probably not going to circle back. They always come back. They always
Yeah, because you're a pump and dump.
come back.
Yeah.
But when you're ready to come back, I probably don't care anymore. So if you want to switch up, stay there.
You told them,
Okay.
girl.
My last thing on my list is also very important. Don't be, excuse my language, don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. If you
Okay, see, I'm gonna tell you what that is right there. Okay, that means she got pumped and dumped hard, like and she got her heart broke. Once women, okay, let me tell you something, man. Once women start calling men feminine, like feminizing names like that, that usually means 1 or 2 things. Either one, which is the first is not her case. One, she's trying to get a rile up out of you because she's trying to get you riled up because she is losing respect for you, but she doesn't want to lose respect for you. So like the first thing you could do to make fun of a man is to make fun of his masculinity, right? But this is not where she's coming from. Don't from her perspective. I haven't watched this video, so this is my first time seeing it. So I'm predicting this is where she's going to go with this. Don't be a bitch means that she got pumped and dumped hard and got her heart broke numerous times from being pumped and dumped. And then probably like looked up on Facebook and Instagram the dude who pumped and dumped her and seen him in the pictures with 2 or 3 other girls like over the next 2 weeks and shit. Happy. with mocha lattes and shit. That's usually from her case. I'm willing to predict that that's what happened. I could be wrong, but let's see. Let's find out.
you have then failed and you lost a woman of value like myself or my friends, and then we don't really care anymore, don't be a bitch. Don't be butthurt. You did it to yourself, okay? And it's no longer my problem. Now it's become a personal problem of yours. So don't be a bitch. And by the way, if I'm no longer interested because your effort is shitty, that's not me being a bitch. That's not me being difficult. That's me having a standard in which I expect from people. I do have high standards and high expectations. My friends have high standards and high expectations. Do you want to know why? We've worked for those.
Okay. Good
We
job,
work
girl.
hard. We're
Good job, girl.
successful. We take care of ourselves. We try to look cute. We have a desire to be something more each day. Okay? That's why we have the ability to be somewhat what you call difficult. It's not difficult. We just have a baseline standard. And if you can't meet that standard, that's okay. A lot of men cannot. But if you are one of those men out there, and I have them all over my DMs, sometimes I check them, and you guys are like, what would it take to be with someone like you? What would it take to be with your friends? What are girls like you? What are they looking for? I laid them out for you very simply there. In order to have a shot with a girl like me or girls like my friends, girls that are worth a damn, you don't really have to be Brad Pitt. You don't have to be famous. You don't even really have to make a lot of money or have a really fantastic job. You just have to be determined. You have to be in some way successful in that you want to attain some certain kind of success for yourself, you're driven, you have goals, you can handle a woman with standards, that's not going to turn you off. And you're going to put in the effort to be with somebody like myself or my friends. We deserve that. And we will not compromise our standards. I tell you this, it will be a cold day in hell when I chase a man. And I know that's the same thing for my friends as well. And if my friends are listening and they're thinking about chasing a man, please, for the love of God,
this is feminism.
do not. Because there is not one single man on planet Earth, okay, that is worth making any woman feel like she is not good enough. I don't care how hot a girl is, how smart, how successful, how rich. We have all dealt with men who treat us like we are not good enough. No, the problem is we are too enough, and you can't handle it.
This is feminism intended.
So those are my checklists. Again, I will go through them for you one more time in case you are just tuning in.
This is bad.
Number 1, are you single? No, really. 2, make plans. We don't want a pen pal. 3, value someone who has value. Consistency. Be consistent. Don't be great and then fade out. And then don't fade out and then think that you're going to fade back in, because it ain't going to work.
Okay, I want to go over the realities of these. That last part got really sad. Like this is angry, bitter. Okay, and it's sad because she's angry and bitter, but she's still kind of cute. So there's going to be like beta dudes DMing this bitch. What can I do to get with a woman like C? But then there's also that other thing. Like, okay, in that last video I did with the Tinder experiment, you see, women, they'll get 300 matches in 2 hours. But the thing is, 294 of them will just want to fuck her once, twice, maybe 3 times and lose all interest in her. You see, but her ego's inflated because she's getting these DMs. You see, but the reality, see, like I say so many times before, see, women are great at getting things for the first 15 minutes, but obtaining something and holding on to it for 15 years is where their problems could kick in at. Longevity, time and longevity has always been woman's worst enemy. So I want to go, that got really sad at the end.
No, the problem is we are too enough and you can't handle it.
Wow, oh my God, this is getting really sad. I'm really feeling sorry for her now. The only words I can feel now is if Emma Watson comes out with some shit like this. I used to love Emma Watson. I thought she was sexy as fuck, but she went feminist and all that shit. I don't fuck with Emma Watson no more. But anyway.
Treat us like we are not good enough. No, the problem is we are too enough.
Okay, yeah. So if you are too enough, then where are all these men who recognize that then? That see you in person? Not through Instagram or some text messaging shit, but where are all these men in real life who know who you are, see you? How come they don't see that you're too enough? You see what I'm saying? Like, why aren't men actively trying to be? If you're such a great fucking catch and all this and that, why aren't these men chronically trying to stay around you? Why are they chasing Tatianas? You see, if you're so fucking great.
And you can't handle it.
Yeah, we can't handle it. That's why you're sitting up alone, okay? My girl's coming over tonight to cook me dinner and clean up my kitchen and shit. You can't find a man. Right? You can't find a man that you can respect. Let's put it like that.
So, those are my checklists. Again, I will go through them for you one more time in case you are just tuning in. Number 1, are you single? No, really.
Okay, and number 1, let's reverse the tables. Okay, because she's attacking men in their prime. 30, successful, in their prime. Now, let's go back to you while you were in your prime at 21. And you were a Tatiana back then. You just didn't know it, but that's what you were. So let's go back to then. Are you single? No, really. Are you talking to 5 different alpha males at the time who were coming after you? Like the same alpha guys you're going after now, and they're going after 21-year-olds? Think back to when you were 21-year-old, you were 21, and you were going after those alpha males. Are you single? No, really.
2, make plans. We don't want a pen pal.
Okay, make plans. You don't want a pen pal. Have you stopped and thought that maybe you are not worth plans? Maybe that's why men are not making plans with you? Because I bet you they're making plans with a 21-year-old. When you were 21, you had plenty of plans made for you. And probably didn't even go to half of them.
3, value, value. Value someone who has value.
Well, it all speaks for itself. You must not be valuable as a woman to these men because they're not valuing you. You shouldn't have to tell people you should value me because I'm ambitious, blah, 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 blah. They're not valuing you, sweetheart. You got to accept the reality. So something about you as woman is failing as woman. It would be like as a man who lives at home with his fucking who lives at home with his parents talking about something. Well, you should value like he would be failing woman as man at this point. I'm not trying to like talk down on men who are in this position, but you see what I'm saying. A man is supposed to provide for a woman. So if a man comes up and he lives at home with his parents and his mom still brings him grilled cheese and still does his laundry and he's on here talking about something, you should value. No, he's failing as man. And it's the same thing as woman. See, just because you can still put on 10 pounds of makeup and look like you 22, don't mean you still 22 and actually have feminine characteristics. So you're failing as woman. You're not feminine. You're I'm Tommy Loren. And I'm ambitious. I'm do this. So see, like you are not woman now. You're failing as woman. You've become a man. Just like when men live at home with their parents. See, that's that's expected from a feminine standpoint. It's okay for a woman to live at home with her parents, and a man comes along and brings her out of it because that's a more feminine trait for it to be a dependent person. But man is supposed to be independent. You see, so these men are not valuing you because you're too independent. You are a man. They'll value you in the workforce. Yeah, you'll always have a great job. You'll always get that. You'll have a great job, but no man wants to come home to you and then no man wants to have to go out and work in the world and compete in the world and deal with the world shit just to come home and deal with a ambitious bitch that's going to be on his tail to keep on being ambitious and to keep trying harder and harder and harder. The man will never have any damn rest. A man wants to rest with his woman. A man wants to forget the fucking world and just sit down and lay down in the field and just rest with the woman laying on his chest. You see, a man don't want to have to come home and compete with you just because you a little pretty. That's not attractive. But see, nobody's ever told you this because you were always a pretty girl. You never had to hear any truth.
Consistency. Be consistent. Don't be great and then fade out. And then don't fade out and then think that you're going to fade back in because it ain't going to work.
Yeah. Okay, so for men who fade out, fade back in, they pretty much did the math that, okay, she must be desperate or pump and dump, so I can do that. And if men are great up front, there's usually a reason why they fade off. Like I said, they smelled out either A, when they get with you intimately, they figure out you're a pump and dump, or B, your pussy and mentality is so whack, there's no reason to keep you around unless the guy just runs out of options in real life and, goes through his fucking backlog of fucking texts and sees that, oh yeah, she was kind of cute. Maybe she calmed down a bit. I'll text Tommy.
And last but not least, if all else fails, don't be a bitch. Hope you guys have all enjoyed my PSA, my Instagram Live. I love you all. Hope I gave you some valuable tips and advice. But hey, those are just my final thoughts from Nashville, Tennessee, in my kitchen. God bless and take care.
Your kitchen with no man that's ever going to be in there to eat none of the food you cooked. So let's just read the comments. She sounds like a snowflake blaming everything on everyone else. Any self-reflection to offer Tomato Loren. Nobody cares. She's criticizing men as a way to divert from her inadequacies. Yeah, exactly. Time to wake. I agree 1,000% time to wake up. Yeah, her inadequacies, meaning her inadequacies as a woman, not her inadequacies as, because she's seeing herself as adequate as competing with a man. She's not seeing her adequacies as an actual woman. You see, you can compete. She'll be able to compete with men with this attitude. She'll always have a job in the male workforce because she's a man now. Good job. This is what feminist. And I'll tell you, she's going to be a feminist. Give it 5 years. She'll be a feminist. Maybe she should find better friends or improve her own personality. It's a her problem, not a men problem. Tommy's a teacher, a helper, someone who inspires people to be better. By doing the exact opposite of what she says. Yeah, narcissistic. Matter of fact, hold on. 6 feet. Because I seen some, I don't know if it was the same person who sent me some shit. But she was saying like how like she would only date guys like they couldn't be under 6 feet tall and shit like that. Well, of course you want to be gangster. That's back in 2016. Let's say I'm gonna type in Tommy Loren dating requirements because I read somewhere where let's see if I can find it real fast. I can't find it. There it is. Oh no, this is some. Let's see if this will say have more into it. Get laid tonight. What the fuck is this shit? That's some bullshit, man. Let's read about her engagement. "28 still can't get married." Feisty Fox commentator Tommy Loren calls off her engagement to Brandon. I don't know how to say that. Giving back the diamond sparkler he bought with his Amex card listing. It is in his congressional candidate financial report as a debt worth up to $50,000. Blah, blah, blah. Bitch shit, bitch shit. So they dated for 2.5 years. This is sad. Okay, so she dated him for 2.5 years. So what happened? Okay, so all they keep doing is just trying to talk about how much the ring cost. So this is worthless. How much the ring cost? How much the ring cost? It didn't work out. How much the ring cost? How much the ring cost? How much money he had? How much the ring cost? Yeah, this is fucking stupid shit. But anyway, so Miss Tommy Loren is another casualty of the wall. It won't be long until, well, I think she's a little bit above posting on Bold.com and Medium.com. I think she's a little above that, but she's definitely fallen from grace. And the reality of it is, it's just not gonna get any better. It's just gonna get worse in time. It's just another sad. It's just another thing, another train wreck to watch. Because, like I say, women, they grow up with the world handed to them, and they don't even know it because they're a woman. And then some of them actually start to get, accustomed to it and used to it and expect it. Well, just like here. Where is it? He reminds me of just how average I am, and I despise that because I should be treated like royalty, and I deserve that. Why do you deserve it? You see, these are all constants. Every line in here is a constant in the dating market. All these things are constants with all women. They all think, even when they try to see, the only reason any woman tries to say anything different than this is because she knows that men who have morals don't want to hear this shit. That's the only, trust and believe, is the only reason they'll say anything different. But yeah, Tommy Loren, you another one. You gone. That wall has come in, and it's over. She should have married that last dude, but maybe it was like in my All Used Up series. Maybe she started getting awareness. Well, she did start getting awareness. How guys are always going to just go they'll just always use the older woman until they can just go find a younger model. Because that's why she's like pulled out that look. She pulled that slight anger about the 21-year-old girls. This is what they do, man. Like maybe it's that she's fucked up, man. Like she is done. Like, and it's just going to get worse. Like, she's thinking there's a light at the end of the tunnel. No, that tunnel was when she was 21. The light, that was the light then. It ain't no light now. It's just a cold, dark, long hallway now. And that shit just gets even more and more dark. Till it ends up like that ball. Y'all know, I don't know if y'all ever seen that ball. It's like this ball they made it like ultimate black to where the shit looks fake. It's so black. And the motherfucker was holding it. But it's so black, like, it'll trip your eyes out, like, cause it looks like it's just nothing there. That's the hallway that's left for her. That is the end of the tunnel. Is that ball? Like she can't. That is the end of time. But she's thinking, yeah, Prince Charming will come rescue my 30-year-old pussy. Prince Charming will come rescue my 30-year-old bitter pussy. He'll come because he'll see how ambitious I am. And see, what Tommy Loren is doing exactly what I say those club thoughts do. You see, most women she's trying to beat the system. She's doing exactly what those bitches do that beat. She's thinking that she's thinking that like will attract like. The same thing like how when guys try to take duck face selfies and guys try to be emotional with women and then try to get sex 15 minutes later because they think that being like them will make them want to fuck them. Tommy Loren is doing the same thing in the dating market. She's thinking, well, if I'm just so ambitious, if I'm strong, if I'm well-educated, a man who is like me but better than me will notice me and then take me in and I'll be his princess forever. Yeah. Well, no, it's not going to work like that because he's going to have to compete with you for that role of masculinity. Just like how a woman would have to compete with a man with the role of femininity when a man tries to do that with a woman. It's the same shit. Anyway, this is a long-ass video. I'm out of here, man.